Manchester United nil, Real Sociedad nil. Manchester United going through 4-0 on aggregate after that 4-0 win in Turin last week. You know, it was a good performance tonight. I thought we started slow, but we got better as the game went on. It was good to see the likes of Brandon Williams get 45 minutes. It was good to see Diallo get a run out, Shoretire making his European debut. Youngest academy player to make his European debut. If I got that wrong, then of course correct me if I'm wrong. So positives tonight. I thought Ollie did get his selection right on the night, and it was a professional performance. I thought we started slow, and I thought Januzaj looked a nuisance at times. Fair play to him; he's turned it around. Didn't quite work out for him at Manchester United. And I've read a few things recently that he's been linked to the move back to Manchester United. Personally, I don't think he's at that level from what I've seen, but he is a good player, and it's a shame it didn't work out for him at United because he did have the potential, he did have a lot of promise, but he's doing well at Real Sociedad, and good luck to him in everything he does. But there were a few questions that I had when I saw that lineup. Fernandes starting, did he need that first 45 minutes? I know he's the catalyst for a lot of the good that happens within our team at the moment, and he's had such an impact on the players around him at the club since his arrival last year. But I don't think it was necessary for him to start. I don't think it was necessary for Rashford to have that full 45 in the second half. I thought we were so comfortable in the first half after that sort of first 15 minutes that I thought, well, why? Like why these two? Why did these two players need to play a part in this game? Other players. Wan-Bissaka starts this game. Why? Why can't I know Brandon Williams got 45 minutes second half, but why just give him the full 90, or at least give him an hour and then bring Wan-Bissaka? I just because these are key players. These are key players, and I think we've seen in recent weeks, the difference between, our squad a few weeks ago looked great, but when we start picking up injuries, we haven't got enough quality within this squad. I think we've got a good first 11, but I don't think we've got enough quality, within the squad on a whole. And I think if if Fernandes gets injured in that first 45 minutes, suddenly you think, top four's in jeopardy. We've not consolidated that yet. And was it really worth it? Would it have been worth him getting an injury when we're 4-0 up already in after a game last week? We're 4-0 up, barring a complete capitulation, we're through. And the same with Rashford. If he gets injured, he plays every other game, every game. So did he really need to come on for a full 45 minutes? Maybe bring him on for the last 50. I don't know, because if it's 0-0, you understand it. But when we're in a comfortable position, same with Wan-Bissaka. He gets his critics, but I think he's been one of our best players this season. So I just think some of those players, whilst it wasn't a bad performance and it was a decent result, it was a good run out for some of the players, I think some of those selections were unnecessary for me personally. And you do think, well, we've got Chelsea on Sunday. They've just beaten Atletico Madrid. They've only conceded 2 goals since Thomas Tuchel has arrived. Now, whether that's a new manager bounce or something more, or it's going to prove to be something more in the long term, I don't know. But they definitely have got a new manager bounce, and they are playing confident, and they are hard to break down. So you don't want to go into that game with unnecessary injuries. So luckily, those players came out of that game unscathed. But again, Chelsea played on Tuesday. We're playing tonight. We're both playing on Sunday. They've had, obviously more time to prepare for that game. So I just think, we can't rely on Fernandes particularly Fernandes, in every single game. And he's a wonderful player, and he's, as I keep using that word, the catalyst. He has been the catalyst. He is the catalyst for a lot of the good stuff that happens, well, for most of the good stuff that happens within our team. And he's had such an impact on the players around him, on the club. And we love him to bits. As a player, he's fantastic. And even when he's having an off day, he can produce something, a goal, an assist, a pass. A pass is an assist, but you know what I mean. So I just think when you see him on the team sheet, you think, yeah, great, Fernandes is starting. But there are some games where I think you can afford to not to start him, not to have him in your squad, and that's good for other players as well. If you look on the team sheet and you don't see Fernandes, you still have to perform. You can't think, oh, Fernandes is not playing. What do we? We won games, we won football matches before Bruno Fernandes arrived. So as much as we want to see him play, as much as we enjoy seeing him play, as good a player as he is, and he is a fantastic player, we need to be confident. These other players need to be confident within themselves to not, they need to be confident within themselves to think Bruno's not playing, but I'm good enough. I can do something today, and that was probably my criticism of Ollie, and he's not immune from criticism, and it's probably more of a constructive criticism than anything else, because you can't say that he got it wrong tonight. You can't say that you can't question his tactics. You can't question the game plan. You could, but I don't. I won't, because I don't need to tonight. It was a comfortable professional performance, and the players put in a shift after what I thought was a slow, a real lethargic opening quarter of an hour. I thought we got hold of the game and were pretty comfortable. But yeah, something I was thinking while I was watching this as well, though, was this game really necessary? Are any of these games in the last 32, are any of these two-leg ties necessary? Because there are more teams in the Europa League, in the Champions League. You go through your group stages, and then it's last 16, then it's quarter-final, semi-final, final. They're two legs, but of course we now in the Europa League, it's your last 32, then your last 16, then your quarter-final, then your it's so. Why couldn't these games, especially now more than ever, with so many fixtures, with the turnaround of fixtures, and the fixtures coming so thick and fast, why couldn't these games just be a straight knockout games? That's it, and that would have been fine. And then get to the semi-final and have a two-legged semi-final. So from this point, from you get to the last 32, and they can go into extra time, they can go to penalties, one game, knockout, and that's it. And you'll also be good for the players. The players need a rest. They need a rest. You're not getting this time between the games, and especially if you're playing for the bigger clubs in these competitions. It's a lot. It's a lot to contend with. The body can only take so much, and in the Europa League, especially, Thursday, then playing on a Sunday, it's a lot. And this is what I didn't really agree with, the fact that maybe someone could tell me why. Maybe someone could tell me why Spurs got to play their Europa League game last night, Wednesday night. Everyone else has to play their game on a Thursday night. Spurs are playing on Sunday. We're playing on Sunday. Other teams like playing on Sunday. Arsenal, Leicester, they've both played tonight. They're playing on Sunday. Spurs get that extra day. I just think that's not fair. And if they can play their game on a Wednesday night, why couldn't everybody else? And I just think, that's maybe another video in itself. There are so many games at the moment, and they can be broken down, and there's no reason they can't be played on a Wednesday. There's no reason, so is it to do with TV? What's it to do with? Somebody tell me, because I just don't know, and I can't find the reason why Spurs played their games on a Wednesday and the rest of us have to play our game on a Thursday, even though we're both in the same competition. But yeah. But back to this game tonight. I thought Brandon Williams did well when he came on. Like I say, I would have liked to have seen him play the full 90 because he was one of our best players last season, and he's sort of fallen down the pecking order. I know he's still one of our younger players, but when you hear that he's been linked with loan moves away to the likes of Newcastle and Southampton, he was also linked to move, to the Bundesliga on loan. So I personally think it would have done him good to go and play and have these different experiences at different clubs that are competing at different levels for different things. I think he would have brought something back, but also I'd I'd like to see him get more game time. But is that game time there for him right now? I'm not sure it is, but I'm sure he'll get more games in the Europa League, FA Cup as well. Will he get a game against Leicester? I don't know. I'm not so sure. But these are the questions that we need to ask. There are a lot of questions surrounding Manchester United at the moment. Our goalkeeping position, Henderson looked comfortable tonight when he was called upon. Can't remember too many times where he was tested, but he looked comfortable. Ball distribution's good. Looked comfortable coming for the ball. And I suppose it's a question of, just how good is Henderson? How good is he? Because I think that's his 11th start this season, and with the exception of that mistake against Sheffield United in the league, where he made a howler early on, and he's recovered from that, and he has looked confident and he has looked good. But how good is he? Like, is he ready? And you're hearing stories and you're reading stories about him being linked to a move to another club. Obviously, he wants first team football, and that's what you want from your players. You want your players to want to play for Manchester United, but you also want them to have enough drive and ambition to actually be number one. And if he can't be the number one goalkeeper at Manchester United, is it or is he already looking somewhere else? I really like Dean Henderson. I think when, without being disrespectful, it's a different level when you're playing for Sheffield United and Manchester United. It's United, the standard is so much higher and the expectation is so much higher. And you make a mistake for Sheffield United, the chances are people aren't likely to see it on like a global scale. For United, that could stay with you and it can tarnish your reputation. And he made that mistake against Sheffield United. He's recovered. He's looked really good. He's looked really comfortable. But is he ready, or is he good enough to be our number one? That's a question that I think will be answered in time. De Gea, listen, I love David De Gea. I think he's been a great servant for Manchester United, but he has been making so many mistakes over the last couple of years. I've lost track. It used to be a rarity. Now it's almost expected, and that is what concerns me about David De Gea at the moment. But also he is still a top goalkeeper, and we're going to have to see it. It's going to be a big summer. Are the funds there for Manchester United? Well, again, that's another video. Put that one on the list because we had a really bad summer transfer window. We didn't get anyone in January. So I know we got Adama, but we got Diallo, but that was a deal that was done before, and obviously he arrived in January. It was for a work permit or visa, something like that. Again, just let me know because I don't have notes in front of me. This is just a reaction to the game I've just seen. But United tonight, I thought it looked comfortable. It was a decent performance after a slow start. We've gone through. The draw is tomorrow. United through to the last 16 now. And we'll see. There is a chance we could play, because you can play teams from your own country now. So there's a chance we could get Arsenal, who Ollie has not got a good record against Arsenal and Arteta in recent games. Of course, you could get Jose and Spurs, who seem to be doing well in the Europa League. but really poor in the Premier League. So which Tottenham would show up if we played them? Or we could get, we could get Rangers. That'd be interesting. Gerrard and Rangers, they're going well. They pretty much won the SPL and they're going well. So, who knows? But it's all to play for, as they say. Next up for United, it's Chelsea on Sunday. That's going to be a massive game. But until then, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, why not subscribe? Leave me a like, and of course, leave any thoughts, comments, and feedback. And any suggestions for any other videos as well. I'm keen to, as much as I enjoy doing these football videos, I'm keen to do other videos, other reactions, and talk about other things as well. Because I do have interests outside of football. It is all consuming at the moment, but I do have other interests. And so if you'd like to hear me talking about anything else, then just let me know in the comment section. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon.